Chris Bowling.
Chris Byer.
What's up, CB?
Howdy, sir. What are we talking about today?
Oh, we're going to talk about a market update.
Yes.
We're towards the end of August here. So, fourth quarter's on everyone's mind. Renewal season's on everyone's mind. And
yes.
You and I have been getting some not pleasant news from our carriers as to what we could, in general, expect, right? I mean, yes, we've seen some. I unfortunately have had a couple horrific renewals already come in for October. And what these carriers are telling us is what we're seeing, and we got to hope that this trend corrects itself quickly.
Yes. I will say you and I have brought on several new clients this year that are fully insured, that have a goal to get self-funded. They just never had the team and the tools to get there. But we're seeing, employers coming in with a 120, 150% loss ratio over the last 2 years. And that's not the only reason why they have an increase. But as we look at it, it's high cost pharmacy, and it is major claims with some really serious advanced conditions. We've talked about this before, that stuff is showing, but you and I are starting to get renewals for 1/1. We just got a renewal negotiated. It ended up being pretty good here this week for a 1/1. But I mean, they had a significant drop in their claims, and they still didn't have a great renewal, but it was better than we expected. What did we hear from that one carrier? We're not going to name them today, but we heard that they're expecting what level of trend coming into next year for their fully insured groups.
Fully insured, that segment that's 50 employees to 150.
Yeah.
They're pooling charge. So how is that pool in general performing? They're starting at a 17.1% increase, and then you can get debits and credits from there. But, it was scary, Chris, that they said that is double what they've ever had in the last 20 years. So starting off at a 17% increase, praying to God that your risk factors have gone down, which we're not seeing. We're seeing that pent-up demand from COVID finally show its ugly face in our 21 claims data and that 22 claims data. So that 50 to 150 segment is going to feel some serious pain this year.
Yeah, and it's not I'll say we have a good majority of our clients that fit into that space. Not all of them are self-funded. Not all of them are fully. I mean, it's a mix.
Right.
But you and I are seeing a lot more of our clients say, this is the year we want to look at self-funding. Not even if we've had a good year or bad year, but we just want some control, because we can't take 17%. We can't educate 17% away. We can't, help our employees when we're fully insured, and starting to make those steps to say, if we self-fund, we've got some things we can plug and play and do differently. But, with our self-funded employers, we're tracking that on a consistent quarterly basis to say, where are you at with your claims experience? What are you seeing? I mean, the modeling of preparedness for renewal is much better when you're self-funded, but even still, they're getting hit with some unique things. I know we had a client with a $250,000 procedure just come up. That's a new treatment for a member that is proven, new employee. It is what it is, a $250,000 experience, and that's crazy. I've never seen this specific procedure or this event before on anything, but $250,000 for something that, okay, I guess that's part of healthcare now. That's scary. So
yeah, that is scary. That's I don't want to say the norm, because it's not the norm, but it's scary that that's not a cancer, right? And that's 8 months worth of claims totaling $250,000. This is one event. Hit. Obviously we hope and pray that that this can help this person that has this ailment, but there's no guarantee that we're not looking at another $250,000 hit from the same person. So
and it's a challenge for our HR directors who are wanting to hire employees. They're needing to hire employees, and you're not looking at people's health conditions when I say that, but to know that as we're expanding our reach for employees, what are we picking up? You just don't know from that side but you still want the employee. You want them to be a loyal employee. But then you've got the financial team over there looking at it saying, wow, how can we continue to absorb these hits when it comes through? And there's many ways to help mitigate that, but it's interesting to see that starting to hit these larger costs.
Yeah, I have a lot of anxiety about this renewal season, just knowing what we're hearing from one carrier, and we're starting to hear it from other carriers, of just be prepared. If you're fully insured, our pooling experience is poor, and it's going to be reflected in the renewal increase. And then what do, right? So I think that's going to be our next video is we're going to piggyback back on this. All right, you're at the end of August, fourth quarter is here. I know it's not here on the calendar, but it's here for us.
Yes.
What should you be doing so you're not what we call chasing the renewal,
Right.
The things that we want to do today. So
absolutely. Well, Chris, I know that was just a little of the market update. We're working on those things. Let's talk further next week about some of those strategies an employer, CEO, CFO, HR director can put in place now in the third quarter to prep for what could be a challenging season for them in moving into 23.
Sounds good.
All right. Super excited to deliver that news, everyone. Thanks for listening. Okay. Yes. We'll talk about good things next.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, man.